in there. And that, to me, is a fabulous, perfect dinner. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. New location, new rented house, new kitchen. Well, it's not new, it's about 30 years old, but we're going to have to make do. There you go. It's only cooking. Right, what we're going to do today is, because I've only just moved in, there's boxes everywhere. We want to turn out a video as usual. We are going to make a lentil and carrot soup. Amazing. Protein from the lentils, sweetness from the carrot, a little bit of onion, bit of herbs, a little splash of lemon going in at the end, I think. I have a lemon. Let's see how we go. Come on, let's get it done. So we've got an onion, and as per usual, we want to be dicing the onion. Now just dice it any which way you want, you know. Don't worry about that. So it could be a little bit noisy to start off with till we work out everything, but you know, we'll work it out. Sort of like being in a commercial kitchen. Fans and noise everywhere. There you go. Right, the carrots. We're actually going to dice these carrots up. Now you can dice them as big or as small as you want. We're making a soup. So with making a soup, you can blend or you can just let boil. So it's entirely up to you how big, how small you want those carrots. What I'm going to probably do is mix and match, and I'm going to half blend, I think. I haven't decided yet. We'll get to that stage when we see how it's all come together. So there's no point rushing. So do that with all your carrots. Okay, a little bit of garlic. Now for this recipe you can use fresh parsley, fresh thyme. I'm going to use dried. It's a full store cupboard recipe. It's a bit thrifty. We're using a lot of carrots. We've got about half a kilo of carrots there. A couple of 100 grams of lentils, which I have rinsed. Look, you have to rinse your lentils. So we want that in there. I know it's a big tub, but we can't find anything at the moment. Okay, the first cook of the place. Come on in there. A little bit of olive oil. Want a little bit of a flame on. Now it's a steady one, this. It's going to be a lovely soup. Yeah, and if you see that up there, what a mess. We're getting the cooker hood cleaned. It's disgusting. Flame doesn't have to be too high in there. We want to go in with our onion. Give that a little saute on there. Fabulous. Now, I would normally chuck the carrot in first, but I want to put some flavour in. So I'm going to start this onion off only for about a minute, and I'm going to chuck the carrot in. Start the carrot and then chuck the garlic in. Now we don't need a super duper high flame for this. We want to go in there with some salt. Now it's salt and pepper to taste as per usual. Nice and steady. Get that in there. Now I'm using dried parsley. That's going in now. And I'm going to put some dried thyme in. Now you can use fresh if you so wish, like I say. But it's all store-bought ingredients, this. So we've got that going on there. They're going to bloom a little bit in that oil with that onion. It's a nice and steady one, this. And this is ground cumin. So I want to hit that up in there. with just about a teaspoon of ground cumin. That's going to put a really nice, warming, earthy, underlying flavour in there. In there with those carrots. Start them off, coat it all up in all that stuff in there. So we're just going to start these off, and then we're going to chuck our lentils in here. Coat up the lentils with all this flavour too. It smells amazing actually. The ground cumin in there with the garlic, the onion and those herbs. Beautiful. Okay, get those rinsed lentils in there. Stir them through. Coat them up with all that little bit of a goodness that's going on in there already. In there with that garlic. Get that in there. Oh, what a smell. I can smell a little bit of that onion and carrot catching on the bottom. Fabulous. Obviously not burning, but you can smell that nuttiness. Oh, wonderful. Okay, we're in there with our chicken stock. Now we want to bring this up to the boil. We're going to chuck some water in there as well actually. As there's just not going to be enough fluid. The lentils are going to, we want making a soup. So we want the lentils to absorb and the carrots and everything to cook off in there. And the lentils will absorb the fluid, but we want fluid because we're making a soup. So just bring that up to a boil. When it comes up to the boil, we're going to simmer for about 25 to 30 minutes. Now we're not putting a lid on because we want it to evaporate off, thicken up a little bit. We want all the lentils to soak it up, but we have to keep coming along, giving it a stir, because all those lentils are going down to the bottom of the pan. We don't want a burnt soup. Now, even though you've rinsed the lentils like I have, you can still see some of this scummy stuff coming on here. Now, you can take it off with a spoon if you want, or you just cook it. It won't disappear anyway. So it's up to you. That's just what happens with dried lentils. Nice and steady. Well, I think we're getting there. I think that looks absolutely superb. It smells wonderful in here. And I know the carrots are going to take on that ground cumin. So there you go. I think we can give that a little bit of a blending. Now, if you want it rustic, what you would do is take a potato masher and just give it a little bit of a squeeze down whilst it's still cooking there. And you're going to get a more rustic, rather than blend the heck out of it with a hand blender. For me, that is perfect. That's a perfect soup right there. Okay, that's flame off and we're going to serve it up. That is absolutely sensational. Now you check for seasoning, you know, get yourself a little spoon, check for seasoning. I know this is okay, but you know, oh, it's okay for me. It might not be okay for you, but that is a perfect soup for me. That is going to be filling, it's going to be a little bit hearty. Love that rustic soup, love it. Come on, let's serve it up. Okay, we're off the heat, but we're going to actually just stir in a little bit of lemon. We're going to put a little bit of zingy freshness through there, brighten it up. Give that little stir through and let's get serving. Now you could do a swirl of yogurt in here, anything, you know. A little swirl of cream if you so wish. That's entirely up to you. You know, and you know me, now I've said it, a little bit of yogurt there, look. Nice little stir through. Oh, and now we've got some creaminess with a little hint of sour in there. What a fantastic soup. Look at that. It doesn't get much easier than this. Look at that. In there. With as much or as little as you like. A little bit of butter on there, look. Of course. It would be rude not to. And that, to me, is a fabulous, perfect dinner. Come on, here we go. Oh, look at that. Look at that for a hearty one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely fabulous. You can taste that cumin through there. Hint through there with our little bit of herbs. That is a sensational soup. That is delightful. A little bit of toast. Oh, come on. Now you keep asking me for thrifty recipes. This is absolutely delicious. So easy. It's got the protein in there from those lentils. We've got all that sweetness in there from those carrots. And come on, half a kilo, 500 grams of carrots, next to nothing compared to buying a joint of meat. That is just sensational. Good dinner, easy, quick, filling, beautiful. If you like what we're doing, don't forget to share with your friends. Tell them how easy it is to make this carrot and lentil soup. It is so simple. If you do like what we're doing, a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell. We'll catch you in the next video.